your mind, and we belong.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Giancarlo Portugal Polar, BSc-3, and the topic for today is I explain the analog camera. The first one is shutter. Shutter in the photography device through which the lens aperture of the camera is open to admit light and those expose the film, or the electronic image sensor of a digital camera. Adjustable shutter control exposure time or the length of time during which light is admitted. And the second one is film advance. Film advance is a mechanism for moving films from one spool to another incrementally one frame of the time. And shutter speed indicator. The faster the shutter speed, the time the image sensor is exposed to light, the slower the shutter speed. The longer the time the image sensor is exposed to light if you are photographing a subject that is in motion. You will get different effect of different shutter speed. Next one is hot shoe. A hot shoe is an electronic variant of connector that you generally find on top of your camera. This slot contains electronic contact that allow you to control certain compatible accessories such as flasher, some microphone, wireless trigger, viewfinder, and other gear. And rewind lever is enabled to expose the film inside the camera to be moved back into its cartridge canister before being taken out for processing. And f-stop, the f-stop refers to the aperture opening of the lens through which light can pass to the sensor of film. By looking at the correct f-stop, listen to can quickly get an idea of how much light you're allowing and how much depth of field you will have in your image. F-stop is also commonly known as F. What is focusing ring? Focusing ring, this is a section of the lens that rotates to allow the photographer to focus the image. On automatic cameras, this ring is moved by a small motor within the lens whenever you press the shutter release button halfway down. For manual focus, you will turn the ring until the image comes into focus. And the last one is lens. The lens is what focus light from what you see through the viewfinder into a tiny, typically 35 mm spot of the back of your film DSLR or mirrorless camera. If you remove the lens from your camera, the only kind of image you can produce is white light. The next one is the back of the analog camera. The first one is rewind release button. The job of the camera rewind button is to unlock the rewind mechanism so that you can then use the rewind lever to rewind the film. And the next one is film compartment. The film compartment is located inside the camera. You will have to open the back cover to access this compartment. It houses the unused roll of film inside it. The next one is film take-up spool, also known as the take-up spool. This is the empty spool of the film camera that takes up the film after being exposed to the light. And the other side is film rewind lever and camera back. Release the film rewind knob, which also double up as the safety lock for the camera back. It's used to rewind film after you exhausted it. And the last one is viewer. Dito, yung viewer naman, dito natin titignan kung maayos ba ang kinuha natin na litrato or hindi. The next one I discuss is parts of digital camera. The first one is diopter adjustment, a knob or lever that adjusts the magnification of the viewfinder of compensate or differences in. And the second one is a cable switch terminal. I'll just started exploring some of the merit function of my new K10D and would like to know what purpose to cable switch terminal service. And the last one is DC input terminal. The DC input terminal port is located on the back of the camera body. What is terminal cover? Terminal cover can only body tell in my battery performance will deteriorate and don't use to terminal cover. And the next one is monitor. A camera monitor or external monitor is a monitor that attached externally to a digital camera to aid with photography and cinematography. And the next one is card access lamp. This is a card that cannot be used with the camera, such as MMC multimedia card, a card cover, unlock, lever, card access lamp, diopter adjustment, lever, mode, dial, built-in flash MC button. And the next one is tripod socket. On the bottom of the camera, a place to screw on the tripod. Battery cover. Battery cover is get the base dial of battery cover, film, camera, parts when you shop the largest online selection.